After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. This defense for the Jags, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs, and he is going to have the Raiders first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw his Carr.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Lawrence. And he fires one incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
And the tight end goes in motion left.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne.
They find some open field here. Touchdown, Jaguars. He's showing the different ways he can hit you in this first quarter. One rushing, one receiving touchdown.
He's showing us he's not just a stereotype, isn't he? Not just a guy who carries the ball in the backfield, can get out into space, make plays with his hands downfield. That's a pretty good combination right there.
Defensively, you'd prefer to be going against the stereotype, wouldn't you?
At least you know where he is, right? That gives you a chance to get more people to him and get him on the ground.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. action. Now it's Carr. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Now Lawrence on first down.
And this one is incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, Johnson. Hey, here's Lawrence to throw.
And the Raiders have got him.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But you do need to know as a young quarterback that if you're going to spread the field, the ball's got to come out quick. And you have to know where to go with the football, really, in pre-snap. Identify where you want to go and get rid of it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Raiders are going to get it back here just past the 35. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Entering settings screen, you have 20 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. Working from the gun, it's Carr. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Carr going to throw. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And some room to work. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Carr. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakin. And the Jaguars are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Room here to run. And he'll be forced out of bounds on the other side of the field. 112 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. And this defense, Charles, bottom half of the league against the run. That's not going to help their average.
Not at all. When you're getting ready to play against them, in your scouting report, you're actually counting on a certain number of big-time runs against them. They've given them up all year.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now Lawrence. Touchdown Jaguars. Calvin Ridley from 8 yards out. And the Jaguars take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Jags are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. And some room to run now. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Lawrence will throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Running out of the gun with ETN. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
They go play action with Lawrence.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
They'll run with ETN.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Travis Etienne
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Jaguars are able to add on to their first-half lead.
But now if they wanted to, they could move the ball up to the 1 and go for 2.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because normally the ball's at the 2 when you go for 2. But if they want it now, enforce the penalty to the 1. But if they wanted to kick it, right, don't they just move it up?
Just move it up to the 10.
Right, move it up to the 10 if they still wanted to kick it.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21.
Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10, just shy of the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He hits Adams complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Jacobs.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 63 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. They run straight ahead here with White. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. They fake the handoff. Now Carr out to his left. That's going to be caught.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Darren Waller, 32 yards.
And the Raiders get a late score here, the final minute of the first half.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now down to 20. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to deal with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT.
pushes the lead to 27.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Here's Carr. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. On play action, it's Carr. On the move to his left.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 91 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a heck of an effort from Josh Allen getting in there defensively.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Carr completes it, and he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. On play action, now Carr. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Well, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. They'll go for it. It's Carr. Steps away. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Straight ahead, ETN.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Max Crosby is really starting to get his due around the league as one of the best young pass rushers in the game. 25 sacks in his first 3 seasons.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Josh Allen picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
It looked like they were trying to get him outside there, but this defense had different plans.
Yeah, they really had an outside-in kind of a pass rush. It's almost like when you're covering a punt. You can't let him get to the outside and get to the sideline. You force him to stay in the middle of the field, and they did exactly that and made the play.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
ETN up the middle.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
And the safety, Trayvon Merrick, up to make the play defensively. 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action from Jacksonville.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Lawrence going to keep it again.
And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. The keeper good for only 4, and that's going to lead to a 4th down.
Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit.
From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this third quarter.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And we'll begin it with a field goal try here.
Blankenship's kick is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On third down, here comes Jacobs. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. Now Carr, gotta have this one. Able to find Waller, that's complete. Finding room at midfield. And he is going to have a Raiders first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Second down, Jacobs once more. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Raiders on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. They go with Jacobs. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Carr now to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Even the most elusive quarterbacks have those tough days where they can't avoid sacks, and this is one of them. 3rd time he's gone down. He might develop some happy feet now, wanting to escape the pocket and try and gain more yardage with his legs.
Lets this go for Renfro downfield. And now here's another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
And there you go, Charles. A guy you liked an awful lot coming out of college, I know, making the stop behind the line.
Yeah, I thought he had the best instincts of any linebacker I'd seen in about the last decade. Crashed together with some tremendous athletic ability. Not bad for the first month of his NFL career.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Trayvon Walker makes the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Jags grab it. Look at the big man rumble. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow. Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there.
One final try now for Carr. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break, they pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score.
I just scraped it off the top.